Welcome back, everybody, to the third Beeline to Victory podcast. We're going to get right into it with a Moe Wagner injury update. The other night against Texas, Wagner went down with an ankle injury. It looked really bad on the court. He was down. He was in pain. He ended up going to the locker room. We have confirmed that it is just a sprained ankle. We don't know if he's going to play tomorrow against Detroit Mercy. Honestly, I don't think he should play tomorrow. That's a cupcake game. They should win that game by 30, whether he plays or not. But that was scary. Without him, they're probably not a tournament team. So he's a really key component to this team. Need him to play, get in those big games, especially when Big Ten play comes around. So these next three games against Detroit Mercy, Alabama A&M, and Jacksonville, three just horrible teams from horrible conferences. There's no need for him to play. He can rest, and they can get him ready for the first game at Iowa. It's going to be a tough one. So we'll see what John Beeline handles the situation. So what's on tap for today? We're going to talk about that great win last night against Texas, a couple nights ago against Texas. We'll preview the Detroit Mercy game tomorrow. I have a proposal to the Big Ten. And then leading up to our interview tomorrow with the Competitor podcast, we're going to take a look at the nice little MSU meme compilation I put together. And we will be interviewing Michigan State fan who makes his return to the set. So let's go right into it. The other night, honestly, going into that game, I wasn't feeling too good because they just let UCLA walk all over them for the first 3 quarters of that game. The last 10 minutes, they really started playing. So I knew they really needed to play a full game against Texas to beat them, and they did. Wagner made some big shots. Abdur-Rahman was fantastic. He's really developing into a leader. 17 points, 10 rebounds. He made that big bank shot 3. That was really a dagger. The big thing for them was going to be rebounding. I thought they did a really good job with that collectively. It wasn't just Teskey and Wagner. It was the whole team, especially the guards like Abdur-Rahman. He had 12 rebounds, just phenomenal. They really showed that they're a competitive team. They can compete for a Big Ten championship game. So Michigan State can watch out because this team is coming, and they are, as of right now, I don't think there's any question they're the second best team in the Big Ten. They've been playing some great basketball, great win against UCLA, great win against Texas. That's a tough place to play. They showed a lot. Well-coached game by Coach Beeline. As usual, I was very impressed with their performance. And hopefully they can continue it going forward into their next game tomorrow against Detroit Mercy. It'll be on ESPNU, and they're actually playing at Little Caesars Arena. It's part of a doubleheader. Michigan State is playing Oakland right after. That's at noon tomorrow is the Michigan game. The big storyline coming into this one is former Michigan forward Cam Chapman, who transferred from Michigan to Detroit Mercy, is playing in this game. And he starts for Detroit Mercy and gets some big minutes. So I think Michigan wins this game by at least 20. They'll probably win by 25-30. But a big storyline to watch, see if Cam Chapman keep him in the game, see if he's motivated after not getting much playing time at Michigan. But other than that, I don't really see any way that they don't just go in there in Detroit, Little Caesars Arena. It's a big stage, big doubleheader. Michigan State playing right behind them, and they're watching them to really go and show them something. Show them that they got competition in the Big Ten. It's not just a lowly Purdue team or a Northwestern team or Minnesota who aren't that good. I mean, these are big-time teams, Michigan and Michigan State. And I don't really see anybody getting in their way. It's not going to be Northwestern. It's not going to be Wisconsin. What are the Wisconsin 5-7 now? And they're pathetic. But, I mean, they're going to show Michigan State something tomorrow, and they should go out there and they're going to blow this team out. And I think they're going to shut down Cam Chapman, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, he wasn't good enough to play over Robinson or Abdur-Rahman, and I think those guys are going to really show him why he wasn't good enough to play over them. But we will see tomorrow. All right, we're going to get into this. My proposal to remove Illinois and Rutgers from the Big Ten. I know the Big Ten wants to have a lot of teams. They got 14 teams. I know the Big 12 is struggling for teams right now. They don't want to be in that situation. But you can find better teams than these two. We'll start with Illinois. They have been a kind of basketball brand. I I don't remember the last time they made the tournament, and they obviously aren't a basketball brand now. People are trying to call them a basketball brand because you could choose them in 2K to go and play. But this team is so bad, and they are horrible. They have a horrible. Don't even get me started on their football program. Lovie Smith is a terrible coach. He is awful. They did not win not one conference game this year. I mean, that is so pathetic. It's beyond belief how bad this team is at football. There are other teams that the Big Ten could get and lure them away from crappy conferences. I mean, UCF's a good team. They're not really in the region, but just an example like that, I don't understand how you can keep with Illinois in there. And then we'll move on to Rutgers. I mean, why is this team even in the Big Ten in the first place? I kind of get Illinois because they're not horrendous at basketball, but Rutgers is so bad at everything. They're horrible, horrible, horrible at football. So Michigan absolutely demolished them when they played them this year. I mean, obviously, Rutgers gave Michigan State a fight because that's not very hard. But they are so bad, and their basketball team is so bad. I guess they got a good fan base, but they've had no success as they transferred to the Big Ten, and they should not be in the Big Ten. It does not make any sense to me. All right. We'll move on, and we will bring on Michigan State fan to the set. Michigan State fan, how are you?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, well, we're going to get started here with a nice little Michigan State meme page I've put together here. We'll start with the one right here with Nick Saban. What is your reaction to this one, Michigan State fan?
Well, this guy obviously doesn't know how to coach a football team. You go look at Mark D'Antonio, who is coaching them up and coaching their quarterback, who shall not be named because he is so good. And this guy here, this clown, he thinks he's cool because he can make a landfill joke.
Okay, obviously you got the crying Jordan here. Your reaction to this?
Well, I don't understand. This guy's laying on a basketball court, and I mean, I mean, we have Tom Izzo as a coach. Tom Izzo. Oh my goodness, this is hurtful. This is really a hurtful thing.
All right, we'll go down here. This is a good one. I don't think we can read this down here, but it says, "Yeah, I have a question. Where is Michigan State ranked this week? What do you think about this?"
Well, they're better than Michigan. So, I don't care.
Okay, we'll move on to this one right here. What do you think about Michigan being Michigan State being Michigan's little brother?
Well, I think that's dead at this point. That is dead. That is terrible. I mean, we beat them in football every single year. We beat them in basketball every single year because we have that quarterback who shall not be named.
And finally, this one right here.
Well, 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 well. Mark D'Antonio only loses about 4 games a year. He is so good at going 8-4. So good.
Yes, we see that at the very low standards they have at Michigan State. Thank you for joining, Michigan State fan.
No problem. No problem.
Well, thank you for watching. We'll be back tomorrow interviewing the competitor podcast. And I hope you enjoyed this one. See you tomorrow.